What's up, guys? Spenny. I've been frustrated at Donald Trump calling the Epstein documents a hoax. They're anything but. And if you go back and watch these clips, Donald Trump is talking about Democrats' obsession with him and Jeffrey Epstein, trying to say that Trump is a predator who went to the island, flew on the plane, and engaged in all types of evil activities with children and women and so on. And at the time, I don't think that the president actually gave a thorough explanation to the press about why he was so angry and calling it a hoax. What he should have done is slap down on the table this document. I don't know why it has taken so long for them to release this document. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, directly from the FBI via the DOJ, the official FBI investigation of Jeffrey Epstein at the time of Jeffrey Epstein getting nabbed in 2016 for underage prostitution and pedophilia. This is the official document. It's a pretty long document. It goes into detail about what Jeffrey Epstein was doing, how Jeffrey Epstein was wormholing his way in to Palm Beach high society. And there's a amazing name that appears here at the very bottom of page 3. It talks about country clubs in Palm Beach. Epstein was part of an all-Jewish country club. A lot of wealthy people were there, and they flocked together. Mar-a-Lago, it talks about with President Trump, he was also part of Mar-a-Lago Club, was a mixture of everyone. Donald Trump told the FBI agent that he threw Epstein out of his club. Trump called on the Palm Beach Police Department to tell him, thank goodness that you're stopping him. This is President Trump talking to the Palm Beach Police. Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everybody knows what he's been doing. Everybody knows he's been doing stuff like this. And here they're talking about Jeffrey Epstein soliciting young women throughout Palm Beach. Trump told him that people in New York knew Epstein was disgusting. Trump said Maxwell was Epstein's operative. Ghislaine Maxwell, she is evil, and you should focus on her, says Donald Trump. Trump told the FBI agent that he was around Epstein once when there were teenagers present. Trump said he got the hell out of there. Trump said that there was one of the very first people to call when he found out was the investigative team investigating Epstein. Trump was the first person to call. No one could explain how Epstein made his money. They knew he worked for Bear Stearns. They knew Epstein was kind of like a technical guy that could make money work for you. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Prince Andrew was a fixture in Palm Beach, and he had no protection while he was there. They go into Prince Andrew. This is the smoking gun to Donald Trump saying what they're doing to me is a hoax and it never ends. This is it. This is the official document saying that Donald Trump was the whistleblower. Trump reportedly called the police about Epstein in 2006. Now even ABC News is forced to admit that Trump was the good guy here, not saying that I agree with everything the DOJ has done. I don't. Not saying it's been perfect. It hasn't. Not saying that I'm not going to call for the full release and full unredaction of like all of it. I've had a thoroughly consistent stance in all of this. But what I am saying is that what we've said about President Trump has now rung and been proven true. Listen to this.
This morning, a new document coming to light claims in the mid-2000s, President Trump called police about Jeffrey Epstein. Among the 3 million Epstein files released by the Department of Justice last month is a 4-page FBI report on an interview the Bureau conducted in 2019 with the man believed to be former Palm Beach Police Chief Michael Reiter. Reiter and his detectives began investigating Epstein for human trafficking in 2004. According to the document, Trump called Reiter around that time and said, "Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this." Reiter also says Trump said he threw Epstein out of his club, and he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present, and Trump got the hell out of there. The former police chief says Trump told him to focus on Epstein's associate, Ghislaine Maxwell, saying she is evil.
Did you have any suspicions that he was molesting young women, underage women?
I had no idea.
Trump has long denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes, but Reiter says Trump was one of the very first people to call when people found out that they were investigating Epstein.
What are you talking about? Well, I mean, first off, I don't like the end of that. Doesn't make any sense because here's President Trump in 2015. Long denied he has had any knowledge of Epstein's crimes. Bro, he ran for president on Epstein's crimes. Hold up. He ran for president on Epstein's time. You can check the tape. Here's Trump in 2015 at CPAC in front of millions of people.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
Oh, okay. Nobody even knew about the island, and nobody knew about Bill Clinton on the island. This is Trump breaking news. Trump built his political career off of the Epstein criminals. Like, listen to this. This is the same timeline, 2015. Listen to Trump.
What do you think the problem will be?
I don't know, but that island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew. He'll tell you about it.
Donald Trump dropping receipts a decade before we knew about Prince Andrew or Bill Clinton on this island. And maybe this is why the Speaker of the House says Donald Trump's an FBI informant here.
Kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down.
He was an FBI informant to try and take the stuff down. And of course, as we have shown you, the lawyer for the victims, time and time again, said Trump's the only dude who called me. He's the only guy that tried to lock up Epstein. He's it. Nobody else in Palm Beach would help me. It was only Trump. So this now makes Trump, I mean, what does it make him? I mean, if you're the only person if you're the guy that snitched and got Jeffrey Epstein put in prison in 2006 for a BS 18-month stint, should have been life in jail for Jeffrey Epstein. But that wasn't Donald Trump wasn't president at the time. That was George W. Bush. That was the Clinton-aligned FBI that did all of this. They were the ones that let Jeffrey Epstein skate, not Trump. It's just a matter of fact. There's a matter of historic record now. Apparently, Trump was the big whistleblower on Epstein Island. At this point, I'm starting to entertain the idea that Trump was sent here by God in order to fix things. More evidence that Trump was the original Jeffrey Epstein whistleblower coming out in the court documents. Whew. Trump was responsible for Epstein's first conviction. And Epstein was livid. Donald Trump on Ghislaine Maxwell saying she's a monster, she's evil. Thank goodness you stopped this. Imagine how it pained them to publish this. Trump was the first to call it in. We are in a world where Donald Trump has more moral integrity than Noam Chomsky and Bill Gates. Yes, that's right. This seems extremely relevant. Well. Donald Trump was the first to blow the whistle on Jeffrey Epstein and his activities with young women. Something tells me the Democrats and the media are about to take President Trump's advice and move on from the Epstein story. That's right. President Trump is a good man. Democrats will suddenly lose interest in the Epstein files. That's right. Trump in the Epstein files. Trump in the Epstein files. Yeah. They're evil. They're monsters. You need to lock them up. I'll tell you everything. It killed ABC News to report this. Another Democrat hoax destroyed. So this is why you can call it a hoax, the idea that Trump is a predator or a pedophile. This is what they were saying. But it's not true. And again, I'm going to lose my mind on this, but if it were true, and I would want to know if it's true, then why not use it against Trump? Is it really easier to shoot him in the head? Is it really easier to try and lock him up in 50 different court cases of 400 years? Is it really easier to raid Mar-a-Lago? You just release the photos of Trump and the kids. You just release the photos of Trump and the girls. You release the photo of Trump in the hot tub. Instead, we have photos of Bill Clinton with the women on his lap and in the hot tub. Not a peep. This is a win. Double down on this and go scorched earth tomorrow. I bet CNN, ABC News, and MSM Now completely ignore this story. Well, let's see. Trump bashed Epstein, Palm Beach police in investigation. Here we go. CNBC reporting it. ABC News reporting it. And here's MS Now reporting it through tears. Amazing. Pretty remarkable. Thank you, President Trump, for being one of the very first to expose Epstein to the authorities. We've always said this, that they're going to swing for as hard as they possibly can for Trump, and they're going to end up hitting themselves.